Hey Capricorn, I need to share what came through in this reading because the energy around you right now is absolutely fascinating. Someone in your world is going through something intense, and it has everything to do with the changes you have been making lately. So let me pull these cards and walk you through what I am seeing because this is really layered and complex. The first card I pulled is the Six of Swords, and wow, this card is telling me so much about where you are right now in your journey. You have been moving away from something, Capricorn. This is not a sudden, impulsive move. This is you making a very conscious decision to transition into a different emotional and mental space. The Six of Swords always represents that moment when you choose peace over chaos, when you decide that your mental health and emotional well-being matter more than staying in situations that drain you. What I find really interesting about this card in your reading is the deliberate nature of it. You are not running away from anything. You are strategically relocating your energy. Think about it like this. You have spent so much time being the reliable one, the person everyone could count on, the one who always showed up no matter what. But something shifted in you recently. Maybe you realized that your consistency was being taken for granted, or maybe you just woke up one day and recognized that you were pouring from an empty cup. Whatever triggered it, you made a choice to step back, and that choice was not easy for you because Capricorns do not typically abandon ship. You are loyal to a fault sometimes. But here is what is happening. This Six of Swords is showing me that you are carrying yourself toward calmer waters. You are not engaging in the drama anymore. You are not responding to the provocations. You are not explaining yourself to people who have already made up their minds about you. And that silence, that withdrawal, that is what is absolutely destroying someone right now. They built their entire perception of you around your predictability, around knowing that you would always be there, always respond, always care. Your departure from that pattern has completely destabilized them, and they do not know how to process it. The energy I am picking up is that this person keeps checking their phone expecting to see your name pop up. They are so used to you being the one who reaches out, who checks in, who maintains the connection. Now that you have stopped doing that, there is this massive void in their life that they did not see coming. They thought your presence was guaranteed, something they could rely on without ever having to earn it or maintain it. The reality of your absence is hitting them harder than they ever imagined possible, and it is shaking the very foundation of how they saw themselves in relation to you. The second card coming through is the Eight of Cups, and this is where things get really deep, Capricorn. This card is confirmation that you are not just physically or mentally stepping back. You are emotionally walking away from something that no longer serves your highest good. The Eight of Cups is one of those cards that shows up when someone has finally reached their limit, when they have given all they can give and they know deep in their soul that staying would mean losing themselves completely. I am seeing that you have left behind a situation or dynamic where you were constantly giving and rarely receiving. This could be a relationship, a friendship, a work situation, or even a family dynamic. But whatever it is, you poured so much of yourself into it. You tried to make it work. You gave chance after chance. You extended grace when others would have walked away long ago. But there comes a point where even the most patient Capricorn recognizes that some things are simply not meant to be, that some people are not willing to meet you halfway, no matter how much you invest. What makes this Eight of Cups so powerful in your reading is that it shows you walking away during a full moon, which symbolizes illumination and clarity. You are not leaving in confusion or anger, you are leaving because you finally see the truth of the situation clearly. You understand now that you are holding on to potential rather than reality, that you are loving the person someone could be rather than accepting who they actually are. And that realization, as painful as it might have been, set you free. Now here is what is happening on the other side of this. The person you are walking away from is absolutely panicking. They thought they had more time. They thought you would always be there waiting. They thought your patience was infinite. Your departure has forced them to confront the reality that they lost something valuable, and they are spiraling. They are checking to see if you have viewed their messages, if you have looked at their social media, if you are still thinking about them. Your silence is the loudest thing in their world right now, and it is driving them absolutely crazy. What I am also picking up is that this person is going through stages of grief over losing you. First, there was denial. They convinced themselves you were just having a moment and you would come back. Then came anger. They might have even tried to paint you as the problem to justify their own behavior. Now they are in this bargaining phase where they are replaying every scenario, wondering what they could have done differently. But the thing is, you gave them so many opportunities to do things differently while you were still there, and they chose not to take them. Now they want a do-over, but you have already moved on emotionally, and that is what truly terrifies them. The third card here is the Hermit, and this is such a powerful confirmation of the internal work you are doing right now. After walking away, after choosing yourself, you are now in this phase of deep introspection and solitude. The Hermit represents that time when you withdraw from the external world to focus on your inner landscape, when you prioritize understanding yourself over being understood by others. And Capricorn, you are absolutely thriving in this energy right now. I am seeing that you have been doing some serious soul-searching lately. You have been asking yourself tough questions about why you allowed certain patterns to continue for so long, about what fears kept you in situations that were clearly not healthy, about what you truly want and need in your connections moving forward. This is not you being antisocial or cold. This is you being wise enough to know that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is step away from the noise and get clear on your own truth. The Hermit also carries this energy of self-sufficiency and inner wisdom. You are discovering that you do not need external validation the way you thought you did. You are learning that your worth is not determined by how much someone else values you, that your peace matters more than being liked, that your boundaries are not negotiable even when people try to make you feel guilty for having them. This internal shift you are experiencing is permanent, Capricorn. You are not going back to who you were before because you have outgrown that version of yourself. And the person who is losing sleep over your transformation can feel this shift, even if they do not fully understand it. They sense that you are different now, that you have accessed a level of self-awareness and personal power that makes you untouchable in a way you were not before. They thought they knew you, they thought they had you figured out, but this new version of you is completely unfamiliar to them, and it terrifies them because they no longer have the upper hand in the dynamic. What is really fascinating here is that your Hermit phase is also protecting you from making premature decisions. You are not rushing into anything new. You are not trying to fill the void with distractions. You are genuinely sitting with yourself and doing the deep healing work that needs to be done. This is making you stronger in ways that are going to pay off massively in the future. Meanwhile, the other person cannot stand the mystery of what you are thinking or feeling right now because you have gone completely silent on them. The fourth card is the Fool, and this is where your reading takes such a beautiful turn because this card represents new beginnings, fresh starts, and the courage to leap into the unknown. After your period of introspection and solitude, you are about to embark on a completely new chapter, Capricorn. The Fool is that moment when you stand at the edge of possibility with your heart open and your spirit light, ready to experience life from a place of curiosity rather than fear. What I love about the Fool appearing here is that it shows you are not jaded or bitter despite what you have been through. You have processed your pain, you have learned your lessons, and now you are ready to step forward with wisdom, but also with wonder. You are not carrying the weight of past disappointments into your future, you are traveling light and free. This is such a remarkable place to be after everything you have experienced, and it speaks to your incredible resilience and capacity for growth. The Fool also represents a kind of fearlessness that comes from having nothing left to lose. You have already walked away from what was not serving you, you have already faced your shadows in the Hermit phase, so now you are liberated in a way that makes you almost unstoppable. You are willing to take chances you would not have taken before, to explore paths you would have dismissed as too risky, to trust yourself in ways you never have. This energy is magnetic and powerful, and it is going to draw incredible new experiences and people into your life. Meanwhile, the person who is obsessing over your silence is watching this transformation from the outside, and they cannot believe what they are seeing. They are witnessing you become lighter, freer, more authentically yourself, and it is killing them because they realize they had the opportunity to be part of this beautiful evolution, and they squandered it. They thought they could keep you small, keep you waiting, keep you unsure. But instead you outgrew them entirely, and now you are stepping into a version of yourself that does not have space for their games or their conditional love. The Fool energy is also showing me that you are about to make some bold moves that are going to shock people who thought they knew what you were capable of. You are breaking out of the safe, predictable patterns that defined you before. You might take a trip you have been putting off, start a project you have been afraid to begin, or put yourself out there in ways that feel vulnerable but exciting. This is you reclaiming your sense of adventure and possibility, and it is one of the most beautiful things I am seeing in your energy right now. The fifth card is the Eight of Swords. And this is really interesting because this card typically represents feeling trapped or restricted. But in the context of your reading, this is not your energy. This is what they are experiencing right now. The person who cannot handle your silence and transformation is completely trapped in their own mental prison. They are bound by their own fears, their own ego, their own inability to be vulnerable and real with you when it mattered. I am seeing that this person is replaying every conversation, every moment, every opportunity they had to show up for you differently, and they did not take it. They are tormented by the what-ifs and the should-haves. They want to reach out, but they are paralyzed by pride or fear of rejection. They want to apologize, but they do not even know where to begin, because the hurt they caused was so layered and complex. They are stuck in this loop of regret and anxiety. And the worst part for them is that they did this to themselves. The Eight of Swords shows someone who is blindfolded and surrounded by swords, but if they just took the blindfold off and took one step, they would be free. This person could reach out to you with genuine humility and honesty. They could take accountability for their actions. They could be vulnerable about how much they miss you and what you meant to them. But they are too trapped in their own limitations to do it. They are waiting for you to make it easy for them, waiting for you to reach out first, waiting for some sign that it is safe for them to be real with you. But you are not giving them that anymore. Your silence is forcing them to sit with the consequences of their choices, and it is destroying their ego. They thought they were the prize. They thought you were lucky to have their attention. They thought they could treat you carelessly and you would just accept it. Your walking away shattered that illusion completely. Now they are realizing that you were the prize all along, that your loyalty and love and patience were gifts they took for granted, and that realization is eating them alive. What is even more intense is that this person is probably losing sleep over this. They are lying awake at night, running through scenarios in their head, imagining conversations they wish they could have with you, composing messages they are too scared to send. They are trapped in a prison of their own making, and every day that passes with your continued silence makes those walls feel tighter and more suffocating. They never expected you to have this much power over their peace of mind. But here they are, completely consumed by thoughts of you and what they lost. The sixth and final card is the Queen of Wands and Capricorn. This is who you are becoming through all of this. The Queen of Wands is confident, charismatic, independent, and absolutely unapologetic about who she is. She knows her worth, she commands respect, and she does not dim her light for anyone. This card appearing at the end of your reading tells me that you are stepping into your full power in a way that is going to change everything for you. The Queen of Wands energy is very different from where you started this journey. You began with the Six of Swords, moving away from difficulty. Then you went through the Eight of Cups emotional release, followed by the Hermit introspection and the Fool new beginning. Now you are emerging as this powerhouse of self-assured feminine energy that is absolutely unstoppable. You are done playing small, done accepting crumbs, done making yourself smaller to make others comfortable. What I am seeing with this Queen of Wands is that you are going to start attracting a completely different caliber of people and opportunities into your life. When you embody this energy, you naturally repel what does not match your vibration and magnetize what does. You are going to notice that people start treating you with more respect, that your boundaries are honored rather than challenged, that your presence is valued rather than taken for granted. This is not because the world changed. It is because you changed and the world is responding to your new frequency. The person who is terrified of your silence is going to witness this Queen of Wands emergence, and it is going to be their worst nightmare because they will see you thriving without them. They will see you glowing, growing, attracting amazing things and people into your life, and they will know that they could have been part of that story, but they chose differently. They will watch you from the sidelines as you become everything you were always meant to be, and they will have to live with the knowledge that they had you and they lost you through their own actions. This Queen of Wands energy is also going to make you completely magnetic in ways you have never experienced before. People are going to be drawn to your confidence, your clarity, your unshakable sense of self. You are going to inspire others just by being authentically you. And the most beautiful part is that you are not doing any of this to prove anything to anyone or to make anyone regret losing you. You are doing this for you because you finally understand that you deserve to live a life that feels expansive and authentic and joyful. So Capricorn, where does this leave you? You are in this incredible position of power right now. You have done the work. You have made the hard choices. You have honored yourself when it would have been easier to settle. The Six of Swords moved you toward peace. The Eight of Cups helped you release what was draining you. The Hermit gave you clarity and wisdom. The Fool opened you up to new possibilities. And now the Queen of Wands is showing you who you truly are when you step into your full authenticity and power. The person who cannot handle your transformation is dealing with the Eight of Swords, trapped in their own mental prison of regret and ego. They are losing sleep, wondering if you think about them, if you miss them, if there is any chance they could fix what they broke. But here is the thing. That is not your responsibility anymore. You gave them chances, you communicated your needs, you showed them who you were and what you needed to feel valued. They chose not to rise to that, and now they are facing the consequences. Your silence is not punishment, it is protection. It is you honoring the boundaries you need to maintain your peace. It is you refusing to go backward after you have come so far forward. It is you recognizing that some people were only meant to be in your life for a season, to teach you lessons about what you will and will not accept moving forward. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to let people go with grace and continue on your path without them. The transformation you are going through right now is permanent. You cannot unsee what you have seen. You cannot unlearn what you have learned about yourself and what you deserve. This is not a phase, this is an evolution. And the person who is panicking about your silence knows this on some level. They can feel that you are not coming back, that the version of you they knew is gone forever, replaced by someone stronger and wiser, who will not tolerate being treated as an option ever again. I am really curious to know if this resonates with your situation right now. Have you been feeling this shift in yourself? Are you noticing someone in your life who seems really unsettled by your new boundaries and energy? Drop a comment and let me know because I would love to hear how this reading lands for you.